Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Colorism News today with the Color of Beautiful. My name is Karen Moore. I am the founder of I Am the Color of Beautiful Global Spoken Word Initiative and Movement, where we are redefining the standard of beauty for women of color, and our focus is on eradicating colorism in communities of color. So thank you so much for joining me today for this bit of colorism news. And I'm trying to do this Monday through Friday. I missed yesterday, but I'm trying to do this Monday through Friday, just short segments on what is the latest in colorism news. And so I hope that you will join me. If you watch the replay, please share. Even if you're watching now, please share and let everybody know that we are talking about different things in regard to colorism and what is happening around the world, because the Color of Beautiful is a global initiative. So we talk about colorism that is going on around the world. And today we're going to be talking about colorism in Bangladesh Society. And this particular article that I'm going to be highlighting for you today is by Kari B. Jenson of Hofstra University. And she wrote this article. Looks like this article was published this year, 2020. This article has been published, so it's fairly recent. And she talks about colorism in Bangladesh Society. So the article is based on semi-participant observation and in-depth, semi-structured, in-person interviews with middle-class women and men in Bangladesh and in the Bangladeshi diaspora in the U.S. They were asked to share their own perceptions and experiences of colorism and beauty standards. Ethnically, she says, ethnically, there is not much diversity in Bangladesh. The historical origins of the Bengali people are diverse because of migration streams, trade routes, and invasions during thousands of years. As a result, skin coloring varies greatly with the Bengali population from white to dark brown. Even among siblings, skin tone can vary significantly, which we know that's true in a lot of cultures, even here in the African American community. My family is across all color lines. More commonly, the centuries-long presence of Mughal empires and the British Empire and the colonial privileges given to fair-skinned communities is seen as having led people to associate power, status, and beauty with fair skin. More recent origins of colorism in Bangladesh can be found in books, dramas, movies, TV series, and advertisements where all the lead actors, heroines, princesses, news anchors, and models are light-skinned, although there are very few people in the Bangladeshi population with such light skin tones. So we know that to be true even here in the US, that when we look at our media and all the things that are going on, that it's true. So this is the thing that I really want to emphasize with you, is that this is across all cultures. It is not just in the Black community, the Black and brown community here in the United States. This is across all cultures where people's skin tones can vary. In Bangladesh, dark-skinned people face several types of discrimination. Some people have a very negative reaction when a dark brown child, and especially a girl, is born. Families often have problems getting their daughter married if her skin is dark. This is all in the article. I'm quoting directly from her article. Dark girls and boys may experience negative comments about their skin color from their own parents, relatives, friends, excuse me, and random people in the streets, thereby being, excuse me, thereby being constantly reminded that according to mainstream perceptions in society, they are not considered beautiful. People with a light complexion tend to be overrepresented in certain jobs where face-to-face contact with customers is prevalent. Several of my participants explain that skin color sometimes overrides merit in such jobs. And again, this is Kari B. Jenson, who wrote this for Hofstra University, an article for a publication in Hofstra University. So she also talks about the perceptions of beauty. So she says the people I interviewed expressed the common way of perceiving beauty and attractiveness in Bangladeshi society is that fair complexion trumps anything else. Facial features, body shapes and size, health, demeanor, personality, and mental ability. One participant explained that his mother possesses the typical Bangladeshi perception of beauty, which he illustrated by saying that she will never be able to fathom that anyone can think of Michelle Obama as more beautiful than Hillary Clinton. I'm going to say that again. She says that this one participant explained that his mother possesses the typical Bangladeshi perception of beauty, which he illustrated by saying that she will never be able to fathom that anyone can think of Michelle Obama as more beautiful than Hillary Clinton. To her, that's simply not possible. Most of the participants said that they disagree with the mainstream Bangladeshi beauty perceptions, which we find that so many people do that are of color. These statements give us some hope for a future where there is less focus on superficial aspects such as skin color. So she also goes on to talk about normalized discriminatory attitudes. In several cases, I observed the first comments about a newborn baby were about the baby's skin color, not health. My finding correlates with the book chapter written by Santi Rosario, although Rosario focuses on girls only. According to the book editors, Rosario describes complexion labeling as her pretty, more or less synonymous with fair complexion. Not fair, but not really dark. Not pretty, meaning black. As she grows up at every stage of her life, on numerous occasions, she will hear comments on the lightness or darkness of her complexion. Here is one of the several participant statements about Bangladeshi babies getting used to hearing comments about their skin color, literally from day one. Oh, thank God she's not dark like her mother. Can you imagine? Bangladeshi mothers are in the US and in Bangladesh shout to their daughters and sons of any age, from toddlers to teenagers, stay away from the sun. How many times do we hear that? I was talking to someone who I've known for a very long time who is dark skinned, and she said how she was discouraged from being in the sun. They would always tell her, stay out of the sun. So, and this is one of the reasons too why I know for myself even, as Black people, our vitamin D tends to be low, especially darker skinned Black people, because we don't go out in the sun. My doctor said that to me one time. She said, your vitamin D is in the toilet. You don't. I said, well, why would I be out in the sun? I'm already dark. Why would I be out in the sun? The other thing is you're getting black. So when Bangladesh women see a light complexion girl, it is common that they refer to the girl as a doll, such as in the compliment, how beautiful, she's white like a doll. A woman who was raised in Bangladesh and moved to the US in her late 20s told me about some of her teenage experiences in Bangladesh. A boy said, the girl is so dark that you cannot even see her in the dark. Sometimes I blame my parents for being born. They don't have the right to give birth to me and leave me in this miserable life. But I didn't tell them. It started hitting me much more that I got darker skin. I saw my friends had lighter skin. They got different comments than me. They could wear all kinds of colors and it fit their skin tone. Question was, who decided that? Her answer, I learned it from people's comments. If I wore something pink, it doesn't look good on you because you have darker skin tone. It doesn't look good on you. Even now, if I go to the store to buy a sari, the storekeepers will tell me it doesn't look good on you. And pink looks amazing on dark skin. Let me just say that. I just want to throw that in there. My mother-in-law, when we go shopping for saris, she will comment, she will say, this will not fit you because of your dark skin. When your children are dark, how will you marry them off? So she also looked at the gender differences in discrimination. In South Asia, the words fair and beautiful are often used synonymously in female beauty descriptions and feminine gender identity constructions. So a female respondent who was convinced that it is worse to be a dark-skinned girl than a boy said, if you're a dark-skinned young man, or even if you lack a leg or a hand, you will still be able to find a spouse. But for women, things are complicated. It has to do with the patriarchal system. The ultimate implications of being Kalo or black are so different for girls and boys. If someone describes a boy as Kalo, it's not such a big deal. If someone calls my daughter Kalo, it's a big deal because I know that what she'll be going through. Sometimes for boys, to be called Kalo is macho or masculine. If you're a dark girl, you're a third-class citizen in a sense. Another female respondent who herself experienced a lot of negative comments and attitudes due to her complexion told me, my brother has fairer skin. Even my uncle and aunts would say to my parents, he has fairer skin tone. It would be better if your girls had fairer skin tones instead of him. It will be hard to marry them off. So being of darker skin is an issue about getting married for Bangladeshi people. And I believe that's true too for some people in the United States even. Black people in the United States. When I saw my newborn daughter's skin tone, I thank God that she didn't have as dark skin as me. I don't want her to have to listen to my mother-in-law talk to her the way she talks to me. In the process of finding a spouse, a female's complexion is crucial and often overrides most other aspects such as education, personality, and health. Skin color seems to be more of an issue in arranged marriages. So you could be a PhD, a real nasty person, have health issues, and as long as you're light skinned, you'll probably get married. Oh. Well, I really should say, yeah. Well, I guess I really should say instead of a PhD for the education, you could be a high school dropout, have a really nasty personality, and not so great health, and if you're light skinned, you would still get married. A woman told me that one of her best friends in Bangladesh had really dark skin, but was a very nice girl. She had everything you would want in a girl, but her parents went through hell, I would say, to find a husband for her. Everyone was rejecting her because of her skin color. Finally, they found a man who was willing to marry her because she had some family in the U.S. He was told they would be able to move to the U.S. in the future. Later, when that didn't go through, he started complaining and blaming his wife and his in-laws. You lured me into this. This is the reason I got married to her. It was a mistake marrying a person with dark skin. Now my kids will be dark. According to Borbodhu.com, the largest and oldest matrimonial website in Bangladesh, at least 70% of grooms say that it's compulsory for their brides to be fair. In arranged marriages, the dowry demands can lead to financial crisis for parents of dark-skinned daughters. With dark skin tones, you have to pay 1.5 times more. Although many of the participants said that colorism is worse for girls than boys, several mentioned that dark-skinned young men in Bangladesh struggle with low self-esteem. And we know that that's the truth. That's one of the things that colorism does. It causes low self-esteem, as well as some other mental health and public health issues. We've talked about that on several occasions. Now, here's about the skin lightening products. Streetscapes are turned into places of discrimination when billboards display the message of colorism, glorifying fair skin. The seemingly omnipresent advertisements, not only on billboards, but also in newspapers, magazines, the internet, and TV, tell people how successful they will become if they use skin lightening products. An analysis of television advertisements of fairness products in India found them to connect fairness with achieving other personal goals, such as marriage, success, empowerment, job opportunities, and confidence. In contrast, in skin tone between the photo models and the common people represents an unattainable ideal of physical appearance that leaves many people with low self-esteem, frustrated, and eager to buy whatever product is being advertised. The Asia-Pacific region has the fastest growing market for skin lightening products worldwide, explained by prevalent colorism in most Asian communities, with fairness products sold to both women and men, and increased spending on cosmetics among the growing middle class. Not only are the people who use the products themselves exposed to health risks, but a lot of people are also affected indirectly, as toxins from the skin lightening products end up in waterways and seafood. So there are 2,000 beauty products in Bangladesh, most of which offer brightening facials, fair polish, or bleach that promise lighter skin. Measured by mercury content, Bangladesh is at the very top of the list of 22 sampled countries where skin lightening products are popular and easily available, as almost 50% of the creams sampled and tested in Bangladesh had mercury levels exceeding the established safety limit, a public health issue. So respondents' suggestions for how to reduce colorism. The older participants express stronger beliefs in education as a change agent, and the younger participants express stronger beliefs in popular media, such as the internet and TV. Not all participants believe it will be possible to create cultural change to such an extent that attitudes about skin color will change. One woman emphasized the social stratification in Bangladesh by saying, "People will say, we are not rich, we cannot afford to have a darker daughter. It's related with poverty, so it's complicated." What she implies is that for a poor person, marrying a dark-skinned person may be so costly in terms of future dowry payments to the grooms of your daughters that it will have devastating economic effects for generations to come. Another participant feels there's a difference between urban and rural areas. In the past, dark girls would never get marriage proposals. Things are changing. When the older generation dies out, it will change. But in rural areas, I don't know. They don't know that girls can be beautiful with dark skin tones. Participants in her research, young women who self-identified as Kalo, black dark, had experienced less discrimination in a diasporic setting in the US than in their home country. That's interesting. The mental pain and suffering that seems to be so commonly experienced by dark-skinned people, and especially dark-skinned females in Bangladesh, should be given more focus in academia, schools, media, and other areas, with an aim to build more empathy and official and critical thinking skills to enable people to avoid the brainwashing that the bombardment of comments, advertisements, and entertainment amounts to. Everyone should be appreciated for who they are, not what color their skin happens to be. Amazing, amazing article. And this again was an article by Kari B. Jenson for Hofstra University, Colourism in Bangladesh Society. And it is so important. And what I always emphasize is that colorism is a global issue. It is affecting people globally. It's affecting the health, the mental health, self-esteem of people all across the world. And so it is so important that we are aware of it and that we understand that this is a global issue and we bring attention to it as a global issue, and that we are looking to get solutions, find solutions. And one of the things that the Color of Beautiful is going to be doing is we are going to be having what do I want to say? We're going to be having I'm going to call it a movement for the moment, but it's not really a movement, but I'm going to call it that for a moment. Where on Mondays, we are going to be posting pictures of beautiful Black women, headshots of beautiful Black women. And we're going to post them with the hashtag, the Color of Beautiful. And we're going to have another hashtag that we're going to add to that. And I'll be letting you guys know that we're going to roll it out tomorrow. And it's going to start on Monday, that we are going to begin to flood social media with images of beautiful Black women, headshots of beautiful Black women, so that we begin to see that there's beauty in dark skin. And it's not just dark skinned women that we're sharing images of, but dark skinned women need to share images of dark skinned women, so that we are beginning to associate that with beauty. And so it's going to come under the Color of Beautiful hashtag, which is TheColorofBeautiful, the Color of Beautiful hashtag. And we're going to have another specific hashtag related with us doing it on Mondays. And so we will be letting you know about that information so that you can join with us in flooding social media with that hashtag and with images of beautiful women, so that we can let the world know that that all the colors that we come in are beautiful, and that dark skin is beautiful. So I hope that you will join us as we initiate this, so that in particular, not only are we letting women understand and know that their dark skin is beautiful, but also our girls. It is really important that our girls know and understand about their beauty, and that it happens for them at an early age. And that's what we're going to be doing, is making sure that we are sending the message out to them at an early age. So thank you so much for joining me for this Colorism News. I will be back tomorrow, somewhere between 5 and 6, to bring you some more information and a new article or whatever I'm finding on the internet about colorism and colorism news. A lot of awareness is being brought to colorism, which I'm so glad to see, that so much awareness is being brought to it. And so as we continue to go and to bring awareness to colorism and to do these different things and have solutions for how we are going to approach it for the future, that we are going to look to begin to eradicate colorism in communities of color across the globe. Guys, have a great night. And of course, we go out with our song, The Color of Beautiful. Be blessed.
Check. Let me talk about our black women real quick. Check. Black on black and beauty's intact. Trust, there's nothing you lack. Nothing can ever sever our soul ties when we together. You my ride and tie, girl. Forever, ever. Forever, ever can fly in any weather. Black, intelligent, smart, and clever, full of grace and honor. How dare we ponder? Your strength make a black man's heart grow fonder. Protect our black queens at any cost. See, without the black queen, we catch a lost beat. Taking L's from left to right, vision blurred, but with the black queen, we elevate, you heard? Honey, caramel, hazelnut, bronze, chocolate, milk, all shades, no cons. Skin absorbing all the sun, so much melanin. Love the color of your beauty and the light within. Concept, baby.
Concepts, you said it right. I am beautiful in God's sight. Don't you know I am Mother Earth? Everything black and beautiful I have birthed. Let's review my history. Something is steeped in mystery. Royal blood runs through my veins. I have carried my people's pains. I am dark like a night in Tunisia. I possess power and wealth like the Queen of Sheba. Naya, Kim, Cynthia, Viola, Kadia, Zozabini, Gabrielle, Beverly, Issa, from Africa, India, America, Jamaica. Dark beauty runs across the world, make no mistake, beautiful mind and beautiful skin. The peace and power that come from within. Don't you feel the pull? We are the color of beautiful.
Image and mirroring his reflection. Black and beautiful, my shortcomings is his perfections. A victim to the spoil and method, that's why they toil. On the clouds, I'm in crave. Homage to my people who fight to be equal.
Beautiful.